Hey guys, what's going on? Chelsea Muscles here. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not feeling the best right now, and I have work tomorrow and everything. So, unfortunately, we won't be doing a pick'ems with all of us together this week, mainly because everyone else is just not feeling it. People are working. It's just like after this day, usually day after Christmas is usually a tough day for a lot of people. Holidays, whatnot, everyone's working. I took off today, but I have to work tomorrow, so I need to just get this video out of the way. I'm not feeling too good, guys. I'm probably gonna get to bed early tonight, try and get some sleep, and be up early tomorrow to go to work and everything. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get this video out of the way. Week 17 pick'ems. Week 16, I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis. I did really good last week, 13-3 in my pick'ems. I've only had, I think my best record was 14-2, but this is a great week for me. Week 17, you never know what's going to happen in week 17, so I'm just hoping for the best. But let's go ahead and just get all the games out of the way. All the games will be at 1 o'clock, so there's going to be no Sunday. There's no Sunday. No Monday night games, no Thursday night games, no Saturday night games. They're all done, so it's just Saturday games. Sunday games. So starting out, let's get the meaningless games out of the way with zero or little playoff implication. We're off with the ones that have zero playoff implication. The Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Both these teams are eliminated. Buffalo is a 3.5-point favorite. Yeah, I got the Buffalo Bills. I think the Dolphins last week looked absolutely dreadful against the Jaguars. And the Jaguars are going to get rid of a lot of pieces, and Miami did not look good. They're going on the road to Buffalo. Buffalo surprised a lot of people this year, and I think they're going to end off with a strong note. Give me the Buffalo Bills to win. I'm going to take them 31-27. Then the next game is the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. This is another game with zero playoff implications. This is going to be a very interesting game. The Packers literally had to come back from 14 down to beat the Jets. The Detroit Lions lost to the – who did they lose to last week? Oh, yeah, they lost to the Chicago Bears. Did they? No, they lost to the Vikings 27-9 in Minnesota. Yeah, I got the Packers. I think the Packers are going to end off giving Joe Philbin his second win because this is his third win because he did win against Atlanta. And he did win against the Jets, so this will be his third win. I don't think it's going to be enough to keep his job, but give the Packers a win here. I'm going to give them the win. Going to 7-8-1. I'm going to take them 34-21. Then we have another game with zero playoff implication. The Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have home field advantage, so they literally are going to rest up all their guys. And the Panthers – yeah, they've lost 7 in a row. Make that 8. I don't care who the Saints have out on the field. They're the best team in the NFC. I got the Saints winning this one because I think the Panthers, a rookie Kyle Allen is going to play, but Teddy Bridgewater is definitely going to play to improve his stock, his free agency stock. Give me the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to say 19-17. Then we got the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game's even with the point spread. Oh, New Orleans was a 10-point favorite, by the way. But Atlanta and Tampa Bay, they're both out of the playoffs. Atlanta, unfortunately, has had a very disappointing year with a lot of injuries, but they can keep everybody healthy next year. This could be a playoff team. I got the Falcons winning. I think the Falcons are just a much better team. The Buccaneers, it's time to move on from Jameis Winston. They've lost 3 in a row. Yeah, it's the Jameis Winston era is officially going to end here. I got the Atlanta Falcons winning 38-17. Then we go to the games with some playoff implications. Some in playoff implications, starting with the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Wait, actually, no, I forgot one more game. No playoff implications. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The Cowboys have clinched the 4 seed. They cannot go any higher. The Giants are out of the playoffs. I got the Giants winning, actually, because the Giants are probably going to play all their starters. The Cowboys are going to rest everybody because there's no reason to play them. They have the 4 seed locked up no matter what. So, yeah, I got the Giants. I'm going to take them 21-17. And then now we go to the games with some playoff implications here. Some playoff implications we have the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Games in New England. New England's a 14.5-point favorite. Oh, and Giants were a 7-point favorite, so I could see that. And the Patriots, they can clinch the number 2 seed. They actually can clinch a number 1 seed if the following happens. They have to win. They also have to, the Chiefs and the Chargers both have to lose, and they will clinch the number 1 seed. To clinch a number 2 seed, they have to win no matter what. If they win, they get the number 2 seed. Because if Houston wins and New England wins, New England will clinch the number 2 seed overall. And if the Texans win, the Patriots lose, they will move down to the 3 seed. And fun fact with the Patriots, they have not gone to a Super Bowl or reached the Super Bowl without getting a first-round bye. Do I think they're going to get to the Super Bowl this year? God, no. They're out of the first. But I think that having home field advantage and having the Jets come in with nothing there, Patriots are 14.5-point favorites, but I think the Jets are covered. I think the Jets realistically can pull off a win, but I can't go against the Patriots here. I got to go New England to get that number 2 seed. It's just too hard for me to pick against them, especially at home. I got the Patriots 38-28. I think they will cover the 14.5-point spread, though. Next up is the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is in Houston. Houston, if they win, they will clinch the AFC South. If they lose, Tennessee could have a chance of clinching, but that throws into a whole different set of bananas there. But Houston, to get the AFC South, needs to win. And to clinch, they will probably be clinching the 3 seed, more than likely. The 2 they need, which I just said earlier, the Patriots to lose. But Houston versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville won against Miami last week, but that was a fluke. Give me the Houston Texans. I think the Texans will clinch the 3 seed. And, yeah, I got the Houston Texans, who are favored by 7, by the way. 21-14. Next up is another game with playoff implications, so with some of them at least. The Los Angeles Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If the Chargers win, the Chiefs lose. The Chargers will clinch the number 1 overall seed. Yeah, that's right. This could be heading to the playoffs could run for Los Angeles. But they already clinched a playoff berth no matter what, so they will get a 1 or a 5. No ifs, ands, or buts. They'll either get a 1 or a 5. So this is going to be a tough matchup, but I'm going to talk about the Chiefs matchup in a little bit. And since the Chargers are 7-point favorites playing in Denver, I expect Denver to give them a good contest, but they're going to avoid the sweep. I got the Chargers winning 34-27. Wait, actually, no. I think it's going to be more of a blowout because Philip Lindsay just got announced that he's going to be out for this game, and he will have to have 3 to 4 months to recover from that wrist injury. So, yeah, I got the Chargers blowing them out. I'm going to say, I'll say 34, but I think the Broncos will only score 17. And this will be the official end of Vance Joseph, which I'll actually get into in a little bit later. I actually have some predictions for the end of this video. So, next is the next game, which I think this is pretty obvious. The Chiefs versus the Raiders. Chiefs are 14.5-point favorites. Raiders, yeah, they were trying to get them 1 pick, but it's not going to happen. I got the freaking Kansas City Chiefs blowing them out, and I got them getting the number 1 overall seed and clinching the AFC West. Because win your number 1 seed, and you clinch the division and home field advantage. So, yeah. I got the Kansas City Chiefs blowing out the Raiders 28-10. Not even close. Now we get into – actually, you know what? Let me get this game out of the way too, because this is a game I forgot had no playoff implications. Wait, actually, it has some, but I'll get into that in just a bit. But this is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Seahawks are 14.5-point favorites. Here's the thing. If they win, they cannot move any further than the 5 seed. And 1 second. Okay, so the Seahawks are a 14.5-point favorite. They cannot advance further. But if they were to lose and the Vikings were to win, then the Vikings get the 5 seed and the Seahawks get the 6. But I don't think that's going to happen. I got the Seahawks. They will clinch the 5 seed. Final score 28-13. And the Cardinals will end up with the #1 overall draft pick with their record being as it is. And then the other game that has the least bit of playoff implications is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams can lock up the #2 seed with a win. If they lose, the Bears could jump up ahead of them if they win against the Vikings. But they are a 10.5-point favorites, the 49ers. The 49ers, give them credit. They fought through a tough season, especially without Jimmy Garoppolo. But give them next year, and I think the 49ers could be realistically be a team that provides a playoff implication. So, yeah, I got the Rams, but don't surprise the 49ers. If they cover the spread, won't surprise me. I got the Rams 20. I'm going to say 31-17. But I definitely think the 49ers can make it 31-21, but with a garbage time touchdown. Okay, now we get into the 1, 2, 3, 5 playoff games with the most playoff implications here. First one is the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. This game is in Minnesota. Minnesota is a 4-point favorite. If Minnesota wins, they will clinch a playoff or the last one. If they lose, though, and Philly wins, then Philly can only clinch the playoff berth. So Vikings really are going to have to win if they want to make the playoffs. But the Bears, they want to fight for that number 2 seed. Because they can win it. If the Bears win and the Rams lose, they can get the #2 seed. But, yeah, I got the Bears. I just think the Bears are going to show up in the big situation. The Vikings are going to sign Kirk Cousins, and unfortunately, the Vikings will be out, I think. So, yeah, give me the Bears. I'm going to say 28-24. Then we have the Eagles and the Redskins. The Eagles have to win. The Vikings have to lose. The Redskins, they are eliminated. The Eagles are a 7-point favorite, and I will take the Philadelphia Eagles. Even though the Redskins are having a much more a little bit break compared to the Eagles. I think the Eagles will probably play much better. And the Redskins, unfortunately, Josh Johnson definitely proved himself to be a decent backup. But the Eagles are not going to lose this game. Give me the Eagles 27-24. And oh boy, guys, here we go. The last 3 games. This is the ones with the biggest playoff implications. First one is my Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This game is huge because we needed to win and Baltimore to lose, and we will clinch the AFC North. But if the Colts and Titans tie, which I'll talk about in a little bit, if they both tie and we win and Baltimore wins, we'll get the 6th seed. So there's definitely implications here. But, yeah, I think we're going to win no matter what. It's not really much of a hate week. The Bengals really have too many injured players. We're going to destroy them. We're a 16-point favorite. Yeah, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers demolishing them 28-3. I'm probably going to say 35-3. But, yeah, they probably might get a garbage time touchdown, make it 35-10. But, yeah, we're blowing this team out. Bengals are garbage. Now, this is the biggest game, one of the biggest games of the year. The Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. This game is in Baltimore. They're a 7-point favorite. Here's the thing, though. Baltimore needs to win and they're in. That's all that they're very, very set on that. But I think the Titans have to win. Yeah, because the Colts would jump ahead of them if they lose. So Baltimore, the only way they could get in is with the 4 seed. They cannot get in any other way. Especially with the Colts and Titans winning in an in situation. So this game is going to be very important for the Ravens. Ravens have been playing very well. I will give them that. They upset the Chargers. The Browns, they've been doing better. They've beaten some decent teams. And since Greg Williams has taken over, they have only lost one game this year on the road against the Texans. And what were the Texans? Mostly a passing team. The Browns, against run-oriented offenses like the Bengals and many others, they just crush them. They beat the Panthers pretty badly. They can realistically pull off this upset because Baltimore, in their last 6 Week 17 games, have only won once. And that was against Cleveland back in 2012. But the past 4 or 5 years, they have not won in Week 17. But that's scary to think because Baltimore, they've done this before. They've come into Week 17 hot and completely getting blown out. And you know what I think is going to happen this game? I think it's going to be a 20-16 kind of game. Baltimore's lead. Cleveland's driving down the field. Baker Mayfield leads a 80-yard drive. And with the game-winning touchdown pass to David Njoku, the Cleveland Browns beat the Baltimore Ravens, giving Baker Mayfield his biggest win of the year against a team and eliminating the Ravens. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns in upset. Cleveland Browns win 23-20. Mainly because we can play, the Browns can play turnover-free football and they can run the ball effectively and not make any mistakes in the passing game. This team could seriously win because I think that's what's going to be the game plan for Baker Mayfield and the Browns. And Greg Williams, he's a defensive coach. He's going to get to Lamar Jackson quick. That's how I feel, at least. I think that the Browns will not commit any turnovers. I think they will play a perfect game plan and they will win. And then with that being said, the Sunday night game, check out local listings, the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Only team that could clinch the AFC South is the Titans at this point. But because the Colts, unfortunately, do not have the tiebreaker with the Texans, but the Titans can get the 3 seed or 4, going to get the 3 seed. They can also get the number, give me a second here. They can, I think they can only get a 3 or 6 seed at this point. So the Tennessee Titans are competing for that last playoff spot, and I think the Titans was just the better talent on the field. I just think the Titans are better, especially at home. Give me the Tennessee Titans, who are a 3-point favorite to win over the Indianapolis Colts, 27-24. Yeah, those are my Week 17 picks, guys. Let me know what you think of the comments below. And before that, I have one more thing to say before we go. I actually have a little bit of predictions for you guys. This will be for Black Monday. I think Black Monday is going to be a big time, and I think there's going to be a few coaches fired this year. There's Hugh Jackson and Mike McCarthy who have already been fired. I think that, unfortunately, since this one's not going to happen, it will not. Pete Carroll, I thought Pete Carroll was going to resign at the end of the year, but it's obviously not going to happen. But hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. So I think there's going to be a few coaching changes. I think that the new head coaches, I think after the Browns get the win against the Ravens, Greg Williams will be offered the full-time head coaching job for the Browns. Josh Daniels will go to the Packers. I think Hugh Jackson will become the Bengals' next head coach. I think Hugh Jackson, Marvin Lewis, Vance Joseph, Todd Bowles, and Derek Carr will all be fired at the end of this year. And I think Hugh Jackson will place for the Bengals. Bruce Arians, I think this is going to be a surprise. Either Bruce Arians or Jim Caldwell will come in and take over for the Jets job because I think that's going to be the best fit. And then John DeFilippo will take over for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think there is one interesting that will happen. I think, especially if one team loses, but we'll get into that in the playoffs. But with that being said, I think that the number 1 overall pick will be going to the Arizona Cardinals, who will get Nick Bosa because, let's be obvious, that's the only pick they can really make at this point to improve their team. And I think they're going to start getting rid of a lot of people too. Maybe Patrick Pearson. I think that's a big one. But with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. Let me know your picks in the comments below. With that being said, see you guys later. Stay awesome, and let's go Steelers.